Disclaimer: the following video contains lots of blood, bad words, and a lot of other fun things. Viewer's discretion is advised, and thank you for watching. Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm sure you've heard of it. The next entry in the widely popular sandbox series by Rockstar Games. The first game in the series since GTA 5. No shit. More than 12 years ago. Oh shit. Easy to see why everyone's excited for this game. Grand Theft Auto has always been a very popular series, ever since 3 back in 2001, and since then it grew more and more popular. And controversial. Throughout the years until GTA 5, which currently holds the record for the second highest selling game on Wikipedia, probably because of all the re-releases and the fact you can buy online separately but still counted as GTA 5 in sales charts, I digress. It's a popular series, and there are a lot of people, both veteran fans and newbies, excited for this title. So what do I think about it? I don't care.
I just want to shoot him.
Get out, dumbass! Who the fuck are you speaking to?
Allow me to explain. When I said I don't care, that doesn't mean I think this game will be an overhyped piece of shit in a series that hasn't innovated or changed in years with an audience of people who grew up on it way sooner than they were meant to play it. It just means that I am largely indifferent to Grand Theft Auto 6, and it was only after the second trailer that I came to this conclusion and what really sparked this video. I can't be the only one to think this way about GTA 6. Feel my engagement about what you think in the comments below. Do it. Because when the first trailer dropped, I was excited, but only because it was such a big thing. Like I said, more than 10 years since GTA 5, and the only thing between these two games was Red Dead Redemption 2, more than 7 years ago. And clearly, the time is on the screen. These games look stunning and are clearly filled to the brim with little details, moving components, and tons of mechanics present throughout these enormous open worlds. These games clearly have a lot of work placed into them, and I don't want to downplay that. But I feel as though that can be a hindrance, rather than a strength. There have only been 3 games released by Rockstar since 2013. Compare that to the output before GTA Skyrim, and fans got at least 1 game a year from multiple series, such as Max Payne, Bully, LA Noire. There are several companies that share the name of Rockstar, with Rockstar North being the most prominent one, leading the development of GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and most likely GTA 6. And I know not all of these studios are for game development, and are at most support studios. But clearly, all that manpower had to go somewhere. Surely these games aren't so big they needed more than 5 studios as well as close to a decade to complete these games. They had to be working on something.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, you. Boy, I miss when I forgot you existed. The reason GTA 5 was one of the highest selling games of all time, and why Rockstar hadn't made much of anything else for the past 13 years, Grand Theft Auto Online has made them filthy, stinking rich. All thanks to the shock cards, a way of purchasing the in-game money and more quickly buy guns, apartments, and overly expensive cars that's all drive the fucking same and you'll crash and blow up in 5 minutes. A lot of players just wanted to goof around with their friends in the city of Los Santos, and Take-Two and Rocksteady wanted a constant stream of revenue, put in a few microtransactions, and update the game with new content every now and again, and boom! You basically have your own money printer, which should afford to make and release anything you want. A new entry in a dormant series, a new series altogether. Even if it would fail, which given Rocksteady's reputation is highly unlikely, you'd still have GTA Online making you money to cover the loss. But instead, all that happened was every Rocksteady studio, with the exception of North, was put on GTA Online to keep putting out new content and expansions and nothing else. Even after Red Dead 2 came out and introduced its online mode, it wasn't nearly as popular as 5's, still really popular and well received, but not making nearly as much money as the 5-year-old online service, so they shut it down, even though they absolutely could afford to keep it up. But I guess the CEOs needed a new yacht. So with the exception of Red Dead 2 and a few re-releases and remasters, which at best were fine, or at worst were Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, which... It's raining, come! No. We've been stuck with GTA Online in terms of new content to play, and with how popular and influential the GTA series is, you can make an argument that it's because of GTA Online that so many other games, including single-player games, overstuffed themselves with monetization. But let's get back on topic with GTA 6. We recently got the second trailer and the announcement that the game will be delayed to 2026. Something even a blind man could see coming, because the only thing I took notice from the trailer, besides Dana Snyder,
Ring the bell! Shots, baby! I really hate Fry man and the hizzy with the shizzy!
was that there was absolutely no gameplay, likely because the game isn't finished, and if they were to stick with their scheduled 2025 release date, it might have had the potential to rival Cyberpunk 2077's launch. And while the only launch under Rockstar's belt that could rival that would be the GTA Trilogy, a collection by a subsidiary and not any of the Rockstar teams, but we all thought CD Projekt Red would never release a big landmark title in such a dismal state, and look what happened. Actually, never mind. Look away. Even though the game does look like a genuine next-gen upgrade from GTA 5, which, at better, it's a late 7th generation game, I know video game graphics have not improved that much since then, at least compared to previous entries, since we've hit the peak of video game graphics with the 8th generation. Such is the case with Red Dead 2, all we can do now is keep inserting more and more details that kind of just waste dev time. My point being that GTA 6, even though we haven't seen any gameplay and might not see it for a while, not because I think it'll be broken, but because I don't think it's going to be much different gameplay-wise from GTA 5, which didn't feel that much different from 4, which didn't feel that much different from the PS2 games to me. While this series does add new mechanics like 5's heist mission and the 3 interwoven characters in a storyline, to me, all these games feel the same, with the story being the reason I like these games. And from what I've seen from the trailer, 6's story looks like it'll be more focused than 5's narrative, which had a lot of subplots that were just dropped and wrapped up at the end haphazardly with main characters that most of the time I can't stand or just don't find very interesting. And upon realizing this, my mind went to Zelda and how for years people constantly complained how these games were derivative of one another and Nintendo doesn't innovate enough, which is what I've been saying with GTA for years. And I know people are gonna label me a fanboy, but I'm gonna say it, Zelda absolutely does enough to innovate to make each game feel different. I'm going back through a lot of them for a big Zelda game ranking video down the road, and that complaint about the lack of changes to the linear formula before Breath of the Wild, I honestly couldn't disagree more with. At least every 3D Zelda game has something to differentiate itself from the others, something that has the risk of alienating people away. Ocarina? First 3D game. Majora's Mask has the always prevalent time limit throughout the whole game. Wind Waker's sailing as a means to travel. Twilight Princess's wolf form. Skyward Sword's motion controls focused gameplay. Breath of the Wild's open world. Or even Tears of the Kingdom, with how its biggest complaint is that how it reuses too much from its predecessor, still has the crafting and engineering mechanics limiting you only by your imagination in a Hyrule that isn't completely one-to-one. My point being is that most Zelda games offer an experience I can't get from the other one, before or after, with none being just a better version of the other, which I just can't say the same for GTA, at least from a gameplay perspective, and that's all I gotta say. I'm just not interested in GTA 6. And frankly, that's how it's been for me in this series for as long as I can remember. I was on Team Wii back in grade school while my friends had 360 or PS3s with parents that would actually let them play M-rated games. How dare my parents care about what I consume. They always told me how awesome GTA 5 and other Rockstar games were, and years later I would play these games for myself and I had fun, I liked them, but after the fact I just thought to myself, that was it. I never really got into the immense hype for this series. It's not like how I played Persona 5 out of curiosity with how much praise it was getting, and after a few hours having that, oh my god, I get it moment, and that's okay. Don't misunderstand me, these games are great at the end of the day, and I'm really happy that so many other people are excited for 6. And don't let me or anyone else take that away from you. When GTA 6 releases, hopefully next year for hopefully not $100, I'll watch from afar and let others have their fun. Maybe even I'll play it. Who knows, there's still time for them to change my mind and get me on board. And I'm sure it'll still be positively received and have its own online mode. I absolutely will not give a shit about it. But I just hope others have fun with it. And that's all that really matters. Although, a small part of me, the little goblin in my brain, does kinda want to see this game come out rushed and broken like Cyberpunk, just for the sheer chaos of it all. Imagine the chaos, the anarchy. The mad laughing fit I'll be stuck in for days, and with a game of this scope with hype this immense could rival that of E.T. Bring the industry down with it. Burn. Crumble. It would be the funniest shit ever. Come on, Rockstar, push the game forward. Relay it back to this year. I want the tears of your bootleggers in my mug. It'll be a massacre! Yeah!